Hello everyone, welcome to the Amazing Parenting. Today we would like to talk a little bit about self-confidence and self-worth and positive self-talk.
Yes, you're being very serious today. Serious topic, that is, I think. So, if we don't get disturbed by the kids, we'll run you through it in about 5 minutes. So, basically what I want to say is that the parent is the model. The parent is the blueprint. The parent is, scientifically the DNA, and that as a parent you have to shine if you want your children to shine. Oh, yes. talking about shining.
Hi, sunshine.
This sunshine has come to join us. You come over here, and you can join in. There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Hello.
So basically, we all know that children learn by observation. And therefore, if we want our children to be self-confident and to have positive relationship with themselves, that is what we have to model. We have to model positive relationship with ourselves.
Wonderful. I think that there are three important things to recognize in the world around about you. It's time, it's place, and it's people. By time, I mean how do you spend your time? Recognize how you spend your time. Place, where do you spend your time? And the people that you spend it with. Are you trying to take your socks off there?
Do you want me to take your socks off?
Yeah.
Huh?
So time and place and people are really important. So if you want to develop any kind of self-respect, you have to realize that your life is a composite of these things coming together.
I think that the feeling of self-worth and self-respect comes from, or the sense of self-worth comes from Jazzy.
She's not wearing a nappy. She's not wearing anything, actually.
Yeah. If you know.
Okay, self-respect. You want to go?
I didn't finish my sentence. I wanted to say that self-worth comes from, of course, from our childhood. Just like almost everything comes from our childhood and from our relationships with our parents. Low self-worth comes from situations where the expectations of the parent, you didn't meet the expectations of the parent, and where their love would be conditional. They would basically give you the message that your worth is conditioned by something, okay, for example, by performance, okay, or by physical appearance and so on. So we have to recognize if we have problems with low self-worth, where does it come from, and we have to address this issue.
Of course, each parent needs to have a level of self-worth and a level of self-respect. And self-respect means understanding your role as a parent, understanding your duties, your functions. It means understanding that there needs to be some rules and how to keep them. It also means listening carefully as well to the issues and problems of those people around about you. We all have hundreds of voices, I think, in our head talking to us. We have thousands of inner daily conversations. And I think that we need to listen carefully to those voices to understand that we're all in the process of working things out. You need to listen to yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to teach yourself that you have power, that you matter, that you can make changes, that make differences, that you are fully in control of your own destiny, except for when the kids decide to completely take it over, and that you get to choose the destination.
Getting rid of low self-confidence or low self-worth is quite difficult, but one of the things that you can do is you can practice positive self-talk. You can do it in front of the mirror, or you can, focus in daily situations. Just be aware of that voice inside your head and be aware of what you're telling yourself, right? Are you down talking yourself, or are you trying to encourage yourself? Basically, talk to you the same way you would like to talk to your children, or you would like other people to talk to your children, right? And do this out loud, show this to your kids, you know, you're doing something, go, well, I've done that really well, you know, or if you don't do something really well, you can always say, well, that didn't work out, next time I will try harder, or, you know, maybe next time we will get better, like we're still learning. And when kids see this, they will start talking like that to themselves.
Absolutely. That each conversation that you have is important, and each conversation that you have is a moment. And I think that if you live too much in the past and too much in the future, you miss everything a little bit. So try to be where you are in the moment, in the conversation, because, you know, being where you are is where your family is. It means being where your kids are, and it's only when you really live in the moment that you can fully connect with the people around about you.
Also, don't put unrealistic expectations on yourself. Just like you shouldn't do that with your kids, you shouldn't do that with yourself, because unrealistic expectations don't bring anything positive. Because if you're likely to fail, and if you fail, you're likely to down-talk yourself and lose a little bit of self-confidence and lose a little bit of self-worth. So have realistic expectations on yourself and on your children. Model positive self-talk, and I'd like to share a little story with Jasmine. You know how she always how she does, little Jasmine here always does things, and she talks to herself and she says, "I'm doing great, Mommy." Yeah, so it's very encouraging. She encourages herself, so that's great. So let's all try to do that with ourselves.
Yeah, your words become your child's inner voice as well. So working with kids, I often see that a child will open his or her mouth, and then I have to listen to the parents' ideas coming out.
Okay, I'll get you a banana in a second.
I would look at it from the perspective of imagining that you're a sculptor, and that each word you use is like a hammer blow on the chisel that shapes your work. So sculpt with care and try to pay attention to the details in the world around about you, especially with the language that you use. Take control, and if you've lost it, take it back. Make the decisions that you need to make now, today.
Well said.
Is that it? That's what we have to say.
Yep.
Right. That's all about self. And
yes, it's hard to say everything in this short time, but I'm going to elaborate on this topic on my blog.
Okay, well, people know where to find us, so find us online. Thank you very much for listening. Much appreciated, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Bye.
All right, is the lunch ready?
Yeah.
Okay, super cool.